In the Prohibition days of the 1920s and 30s, Kansas City was wild with liquor, gambling, and prostitution. Back then, KC was known as the Paris of the Plains, and it was all thanks to the corrupt political boss, Tom Pendergast. That's him on the right with the hat, next to Harry Truman on the left there. It was Pendergast who made sure the alcohol flowed freely here. Easy to get to, Tomstown Distillery is right along the streetcar route at 17th and Main Street in the Crossroads district. You can't miss it. Just look for the huge mural with Tom Pendergast's famous quote. Step inside, and the homage paid to Pendergast is intoxicating.
Pendergast, unlike what would have happened in Chicago, New York, Boston, he didn't kill his rivals, which I still don't quite get. He bought them off.
Tomstown founder David Epstein has a rich family history that involves bootlegging and an uncomfortable relationship with Pendergast himself. Open for 3 years now, Epstein says he and co-founder Steve Revere worked hard to recreate a 1930s-era bar in Kansas City. Here, you can enjoy an old-fashioned, their most popular drink, while watching distillers work the still.
I cooked this last Saturday. This is our rye whiskey. This batch here will go in a barrel after I'm done today and be ready in about 2 years.
Brian Harper is Tomstown's leading distiller. How long have you been a distiller?
Legally or illegally?
Both.
Legally since they've been open, illegally about 3 years before that.
Before Tomstown, Harper bootlegged in his backyard using a homemade still. Now, he cooks his creation in this 650-gallon hybrid still, which means he can make vodka, gin, or whiskey with it. And the critics have noticed as all of their spirits have merited awards. In fact, last year, USA Today called Tomstown Vodka the best craft vodka in the U.S. Epstein says with beer sales falling flat, booze is taking off.
A lot of people are now thinking with the rise of bourbon, with the rise of rye is doubling every year, 100% growth every year. Bourbon, just get out of its way. But gin, I think, could be the next whiskey.
Order a flight at Tomstown and JT will pour you their Kansas City distilled vodka, bourbon, and 2 types of gin. Their bourbon has Pendergast fingerprints all over it.
This was actually one of Pendergast's own brands. You were forced to sell this. If you didn't sell one of his 10 brands, he put you out of business. Cut to my grandfather, not so funny, but he was put out of business for not selling the Pendergast brand.
That's right. Epstein's grandfather, Herman Epstein, was a Kansas City bootlegger in the 30s and competed with Tom Pendergast before the boss played hardball and shut him down. Back to the taste test. My samples of Tomstown vodka and bourbon were very smooth and drinkable, but what really got my attention? Their gin, with hints of black licorice, citrus, and pepper.
A whole lot of aroma, a whole lot of flavor going on.
It's got a great smell.
Yeah. Really, I just tell people to go for it. Don't try and over-explain it too much. It speaks for itself.
And you don't think of gin as being a sipping drink, or at least I don't.
No.
Should I be?
We've converted you. You are now a sipping gin kind of guy.
If you want to sip some gin or maybe something else at Tomstown, their tasting room and restaurant is open 7 days a week. And for $10, you can take a tour of the distillery and see for yourself how they make their local liquor.
The history is so cool.
Not great.
And Gary's a gin guy. And
I'm a gin guy.
You brought
I know.
him some samples.
He's gonna taste his Tomstown gin tonight. You'll have to give us a review next
After
week.
the newscast is over.
That's
I get
soon.
home. Yeah.
When you get home, wait till you get home, please.
Hey, it is Friday night, everybody, right?